Again, welcome to our Nature is Medicine class. As always, we start off with a disclaimer, letting everybody know that we're not doctors and oils are not drugs. The information we share is not meant to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. We're here to encourage you to be educated about what you bring into your home and put in and on your body. Tonight, you're going to hear from me as well as Rachel, Alaina, and Kaila. They're my frontline top leaders of our team. And as you can see on here, the topics that I'll be sharing with you on. So a little bit about myself. As many of you know that I love and serve Jesus every day of my life. I'm a freedom seeker and a deep diver for truth and facts. I'm a pastor's kid, so I tend to push the envelope a little too far sometimes, but I always stand up for my beliefs. I am a wife and a mom to two beautiful daughters, Michelle, who is 14, and Riley, who is 6. We recently moved from Washington State to Texas, and we're absolutely loving it. We truly believe that God has laid out a path to where we're at now, and everything just fallen into place perfectly. I got my first essential oils kit back in 2018, but I didn't dive into the whole aromatherapy world until 2020. I actually started with a different oil company and recently joined dōTERRA in August of 2022. And it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. And moving along with this class, you will find out why. So today we're going to talk to you about who is dōTERRA and what do we stand for, what are essential oils and how do they work, and also, most importantly, safety and how you can effectively integrate them into your daily routine. In dōTERRA, we believe that there is a time and a place for modern medicine and plant medicine. We should explore nature's solutions before we reach for synthetic solutions. And our body was designed to heal itself when given the right tools. Pharmaceutical companies are most profitable of all U.S. businesses. When I saw this slide and was preparing for this class, the word businesses have just blown my mind away, that it is, in fact, a business, and in their best interest is to keep people coming to them so they can gain profit, right? In North America makes up 5% of the world's population. And in 2015, 47% of Americans consumed prescription medication. Currently, as of 2021, about 66% of US adults take prescription medication. That's a huge jump. And still, we're the sickest we have ever been. There is 133 million Americans, which represent more than 40% of total population of the country, are affected by chronic diseases. You can see on this chart, I pulled this up to compare our country to other countries. On this side, you will see the life expectancy. And then down below, you can see, sorry, that's my Alexa making noises. Down below, you can see the wealth of a company. So United States is a pretty wealthy company, yet look at how down we are on this chart compared to countries like Japan and South Korea and Greece, who are not as wealthy as us, yet they're much healthier and live a way longer life. And let's look at Japan, for example, why that is the case. In Japan, number one thing that they go to is the dietary supplements, and then it follows by aromatherapy and traditional Chinese medicine. Also in Japan, essential oils have been used in medical and beauty treatments as well as in health fields since 1600s. So it's not something that's new to them. They've been using it forever. And actually, when I went to the convention, the dōTERRA convention in August of last year, majority of people who walked the stage and received their awards for either reaching Blue Diamond or becoming a founder were people from the Japan market, which shows you how fast essential oil industry is growing, continuing to grow in that in that market, in that company. The good news is that 95% of all diseases are preventable through diet, lifestyle, and habits. And living a long, healthy life can be simple. And also you have to remember that perfection is not the goal, progression is. For example, my husband, who struggles with migraines, has still a hard time reaching for oils every time he gets a migraine and he goes to grab an Excedrin or Tylenol, right? And I have to remind him, hey, you got to give oils a try and you have to build that up. So just remember and don't get down on yourself. If you get into essential oils and you start with aromatherapy and you find yourself not always reaching for that solution, just remember that it's not perfection what matters. It's you just getting in that routine of choosing the right tool for yourself. In dōTERRA, we use this pyramid, there's a rule in medicine, and it's commonly referred to as the 80 and 20 rule. At the bottom of this chart, this is the 80%, and this is the 20% at the top. And that is that about 80% of your health needs, those things which you will experience on an ongoing basis for yourself and your family members, 80% of that you would be perfectly capable of being able to resolve if you had the right information and if you had the right tools. For example, at the very bottom, the biggest block, you can see it's eating right. Same as when we looked at Japan, their first go-to is diet, right? And then the next thing you see, exercise, rest, and management stress, reduce toxic loads. That's the 80% that you can do yourself at home, given the right tools. And again, not focusing on perfection, but making progress and doing it as a daily routine. And that's why in dōTERRA, we focus on everything from the very beginning, and each base builds upon last. So we strive to empower you and those you care about, giving you the ability to reach out to others and help them to solve, in some cases, everyday challenges with health. However, if you look at the top, there is about 20% of our health that we do need some extra help with. And this is what you see in this dōTERRA health pyramid. So there's bottom portion that we can manage ourselves, and there's top portion that we need extra help with. And that is what dōTERRA is all about. We're about an integrative approach to health. So let's compare synthetic approach to natural approach. What does that mean? So medicine and even some vitamins, such as supplements and things that you buy over the counter, those produced in the lab, they're produced synthetically in a lab. They don't come from nature. And because of that, our bodies do not recognize them and have to redirect healing efforts to deal with these foreign synthetic objects. That is why those who take prescription medication or even over-the-counter medication have to recover twice. First from the treated disease and then from all the side effects that come from the medicine. Again, there is a time and a place, but really synthetics are made to address the symptoms. So they're more of a Band-Aid type of approach. Again, to give you an example with migraines and headaches, it happened to me, I used to struggle with headaches every single day. It was a normal thing for me. So when I went to a doctor who actually worked on a whole body approach, she told me, you have to stop taking over-the-counter medicine, but you're going to experience something that is called a rebound headache. So you will keep having this headache, but you have to push through it with natural solutions, which we'll cover in this class, and fluids and rest and sleep hygiene and all those things. And you have to push through the rebound headache so those over-the-counter medication can get out of your system, can detox, so then slowly you can heal and get them on more natural solutions. So that is what it means, that when you take prescription, first you got to heal from the side effects and then the problem. So the goal should be to use modern medication for short term when we really need it with a clear, successful, and what we need is a really successful plan, how to come off of it if that is a possibility. Again, the example I just gave you with rebound headaches, right? We had use it for short term, but then she had a clear plan for me how to get off of this medication, dealing with a rebound headache, and then go to a natural approach. And let me tell you, I do not have headaches every single day. I'll get one when there is a change in the weather, or if, again, I did not exercise a sleep hygiene. If you don't know what that is, research it. There's all kinds of steps you can take to prepare to go to bed every night and wake up refreshed and not with a headache. So then let's take a look at the natural approach side, right? What it means with it occurs in plants, whole foods, clean water, essential oils, and so forth. And our body actually recognizes those things and knows how to work with it, because we're all created by the same God with one purpose, right? We're put in this planet and everything was gifted to us for our benefit and for our use. That means the plants have been given to us for food as well as medicine. And when you use essential oils correctly as a medicine and not just good smelling oil in the bottle that you diffuse at home, when you approach it as a medicine, you shouldn't see any negative side effects. You might have reaction to an oil, as in like allergic reaction, or your body might be too sensitive to a specific oil. Those are not negative side effects. Those are just your body signaling you and letting you know, hey, this one is not for me. Let's slow down on this or dilute it a little bit more, which we'll also cover in this class as well. Also, natural approach addresses root cause by healing the epicenter of the issue itself, not just putting a Band-Aid on it as a synthetic approach does. Let's take a look at the Prime Meridian Healthcare. This one is actually just so good about dōTERRA. They have their own Prime Meridian Healthcare clinic. It's a state-of-the-art clinic in Utah. They have in-house scientific research, their independent research through medical and university partnerships. They also publish their research, so it's public. You can go ahead and look those up and see the different things they've been working on. They have a medical advisory board and veterinary advisory board. I gave them a call last week to kind of see how the process works, so I can share it with you today and in this class. They do have affordable plans if you do not have a medical plan, health insurance plan, which they do take. You just have to make sure that your healthcare clinic covers an integrated health clinic approach. So they have affordable plans that you can pick. If you do not have insurance that is covers this kind of service, it's $100 for the initial visit. And they do have virtual visits as well. So you go on their website, you schedule a visit with the doctor, and then you do a virtual intake appointment and you go over all your issues. And then a whole team of holistic providers work together to solve the problem you came to them with. dōTERRA has medical partnerships, over 175 hospitals nationwide, including hospitals like Duke, Johns Hopkins. They're using dōTERRA essential oils for mood boosting, stress relief, pain management, and so much more. If, again, you go on the Duke, Johns Hopkins website, you can see on their website where they're talking about dōTERRA oils, and that is huge, that dōTERRA oils are so pure and they work so well that doctors and hospitals advise their patients to use them in their everyday routine. They have done the research, those hospitals, and they've seen them as amazing effects of dōTERRA oils. So now, like I said, they are recommending them to their staff and patients. And in October of 2019, St. Elizabeth's Healthcare announced a partnership with dōTERRA as well. dōTERRA also has university partnerships. Dr. Hill, he usually speaks at all of our conventions, and his team manage about 113 relationships with leading research universities, clinical structures, and hospitals around the world. And that is what dōTERRA is all about, and that is why it's so different from other essential oil companies. dōTERRA is not just an MLM company or an essential oil lifestyle company with pretty diffusers and good smelling oils. They're a wellness company with their own health clinics, which they plan to open nationwide. They're going to be a clinic in each state. They kind of got put on a little bit of pause during COVID. So once they pick it all back up, they have a plan to open a clinic in every single state, multiple clinics, and they partner with doctors and hospitals and universities, and they have published medical studies. And you just don't hear that about any other essential oil company. We've also been invited to Fox 13. This is a Utah local channel. Multiple times doTERRA has been invited on to share about their oils and different things like the Healing Hands Foundation that we're going to talk about here in a few slides. So what are essential oils? We hear the term, they're being sold everywhere, places like Walmart, TJ Maxx, Target, but what are actual essential oils? Well, technical definition, they're natural aromatic. What that means, they easily go into gas form. Essential oil produced naturally by the plants for a lot of different reasons, and it does take a lot of energy for a plant themselves to produce these oils. A lot of the times plants produce an oil to attract insects for pollination. It can be to defend themselves. And I'm sure you have seen your pets sometimes brush against a plant or a grass because your pet actually know what those scents would do and act, for example, as a bug repellent. Plants also use oils for communication between each other, and oils are very antibacterial, so they help to protect against diseases, various funguses, molds, other microbes, and there's also evidence that they can help to prevent some water loss in dry climates. Also, not all plants produce oils. There's only what are known as aromatic plants that actually produce an essential oil, and those plants that do produce an essential oil, there will be various yields of how much they will produce. And again, it takes energy for a plant to produce an oil. So if there isn't a need for it, the plant just naturally is not going to produce one, right? If there is no need for pollination, or they don't need to protect themselves against insects, or they don't need to communicate with each other, they're just not going to produce as much of that oil, or not at all. So Melissa and rose oils don't produce much oil, and that is why you see such a big price difference. For example, compared to your wild orange, if you take a peel off your orange and you squeeze it and you can see how much juice and oil squirts out of it, that's how much more oil that fruit produces compared to a rose petal. If you were to take a rose petal and try to squeeze it, you will not see any oil. So, and hence why you see the price difference, right? You have a bottle of rose oil compared to wild orange, there's a huge difference, and that is the reason why. Essential oils are also 50 to 70% times more potent than herbs. So there's a herbal medicine and there's aromatherapy, and oil is way more potent than dry herbs because during a process of drying an herb, it loses its potency. Oils combat threats in the body without building resistance. So you can't, for example, if you take pain medication, right, your body will start getting used to it. So you need more and more and more of it, which unfortunately you see, epidemic of addiction and all kinds of things in our world right now is your body is building resistance to it, and people don't notice when, they need to add to it what they're already taking. So it's not going to happen with essential oils. We covered that you will not see negative side effects, and it works at the root cause on a cellular level. Fun fact right here on the screen, you can see that 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Sorry, my dogs are barking. My kids just came home, so ignore that. Pure essential oils have a small molecular structure, so they can actually penetrate the cell membrane, which allows them to attack the virus. They live on the inside of the cell. Complex structure of essential oil allows it to differentiate between good and bad bacteria. It kills the bad bacteria and it strengthens the good one. With regular antibiotics, they kill both good and bad bacteria, leaving your body defenseless and out of balance. I remember a time again being very young and not knowing much about anything, I took antibiotics all the time, thinking that was the quick solution, and ended up destroying my immune system, and I had to heal and recover from that as well. If you've never heard of a leaky gut syndrome, I really recommend you research that, because antibiotics will actually penetrate your gut and leave holes in your gut, causing leaky gut, which is a very serious and dangerous issue. There's a difference in essential oils. So we have synthetic oils that are made in the lab. We cover that in our synthetic approach. They have zero health benefits. They're labeled as artificial fragrance, and it's worse than secondhand smoke. You can find those on your ingredients list on your soaps, lotions, candles, and they do cause a lot of hormonal imbalances and issues, as well as even cancer. Then there's food grade oils, cooking extracts, herbs, candies, not at great quality standards, not as potent, used for flavor and not health benefits. Then you have therapeutic labeled oils. They are, none of essential oils are regulated, and most of them that you see sold at Walmart, Target, and TJ Maxx are 100% synthetic. And a company only needs to put 10% of essential oil for it to be labeled organic. You guys, that is just mind-blowing and so sad. I had somebody message me on Instagram asking about, hey, why is doTERRA not organic? I really don't want to use it if it's not. And then when you tell people that you only required to add 10% of an oil to get that organic label, it's just shattering. That is why doTERRA has a CPTG certification. So essential oils are not regulated on the market, and doTERRA had to come up with some kind of certificate and some kind of standard to which every oil can be held, right? So certified pure tested grade is a gold standard for purity and potency. It's sourced worldwide for best quality. And then it's trademarked, but it's not patented. And for a reason, we want other companies to rise to the same quality of oils and be able to stamp the certificate on their bottle, but not many companies are doing it, if any. It is third-party tested, and it needs to go through 8 different testings to be able to get certified. The best thing is we have a website that is called sourcetoyou.com, and that's where you can go and plug in this number that you see on your screen at the bottom. Every bottle that you get, there's going to be a lot number. You will take that number and you go to sourcetoyou.com. You will plug in that number and you will get all of the test results just accessible at your fingertips. Again, there's only a handful of companies that do that. There is one big company, I'm not gonna give you the name of it because I'm sure you know who it is. They refuse to show their test results. And that was my #1 reason for finally leaving them, because I want to know what I'm bringing into my home, whether I can read those test results or not. I can find somebody who can, I can educate myself on how to read them. doTERRA is very transparent and they hide nothing. Everything is available to you and you can have access to everything you want. We source over 170 essential oils from more than 45 nations. And you can see on this map where some of our oils come from. You can also pull this map on our website if you want to look closely and kind of research and examine. My favorite is Siberian fir that comes from Siberia, which is where I'm from. So that's pretty cool. We also have something that's called co-impact sourcing. That is also something that I absolutely love for doTERRA, and it just warms my heart. We don't own our own farms. And the reason behind it is we find farmers and we work directly with them, eliminating the third person, which is usually a broker who gets paid the most money. And then these farmers, they get they don't get anything from them, right? Or they get a very little. dōTERRA works directly with them, so they make really good money. We pour into their communities, we pay them, we help them build schools and wells. And if you have not seen dōTERRA Genesis clip on YouTube, I highly recommend you go and watch that. There's also another documentary that came out. I can't think of a name, but it talks about all of our farmers and how we work with them. I will post that after the class so you can watch that. Healing Hands Foundation, I'm going to go quickly through these. It's our anti-human trafficking. Again, we go to these communities, we provide them with clean water, we build wells, we build schools, we empower women, we support their children, and it just all hands-on. You can go on these trips, you can volunteer, you can help, you can be part of this community as well. All right, on to you, Rachel.
Hello, everybody. My name's Rachel. I'm a believer that loves God. I believe that He created us to live in harmony with His creation, and we are intended to use plants for healing. I've been married to my husband, Nathan, for almost 15 years now, and I'm a homeschooling mama to our 3 beautiful girls. We currently live in Northwest Montana, and I enjoy being outdoors. So I started my essential oil journey over 10 years ago after my second daughter was born, and I've been hooked ever since. I love oils and their healing properties. I'm currently enrolled in aromatherapy classes, and I'm passionate about teaching people how to use their oils in their homes for holistic health and emotional healing. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how we can use oils and go over some safety. So next slide. All right, so there are 3 ways that we can use essential oils. We can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. So let's go ahead and start off with aromatically on the next slide. All right, so we can use essential oils aromatically to replace the toxic candles and air fresheners in our homes. We're finding out that exposure to synthetic fragrance chemicals in these products can cause an array of problems, things like headaches, eye, nose, and throat irritation, nausea, as well as some respiratory and even neurological issues. Many fragrance ingredients are known respiratory irritants and sensitizers, which can trigger asthma attacks and aggravate sinus conditions. So essential oils make wonderful replacements, and they do not just smell nice. They also have some amazing health benefits as well. Like they can help cleanse and purify the air of odors, as well as airborne microbials. It's a great time right now to be diffusing with all the seasonal illnesses that we have going around. Using essential oils aromatically can also help support and boost the immune system, as well as open up and support our respiratory systems. And essential oils can also greatly improve our mental and emotional well-being. So let's go ahead and take a look at how they can do that on the next slide. So this could be a whole separate class on its own, but I'm just going to briefly go over this. Essential oils can have a powerful effect on the limbic system. The limbic system is the part of the brain that is responsible for things like our emotions, our behaviors, our memory, and even the autonomic nervous system that controls things like your heart rate and blood pressure. So out of all of our senses, our sense of smell has the strongest ability to impact our limbic system. When you breathe in an essential oil, those molecules will pass through the nasal cavity and land on the olfactory nerves, which take that information to the olfactory bulb, which then transports it directly to the limbic system. Did you know that it only takes 22 seconds after smelling an essential oil for its molecules to reach the brain? It's pretty amazing. So next slide. So there have been some medical studies that have shown that inhaling essential oils can greatly reduce or alleviate stress and anxiety. They can help relieve pain by altering pain perception in the brain. They can help induce sleep or relaxation, as well as balance and adjust our sleep patterns. I keep a diffuser on my nightstand, and it gets turned on 30 minutes before I go to bed to help get my brain ready just for bed. using oils aromatically can increase alertness and overall performance. Studies have shown that smelling rosemary can help with focus and memory. Using oils aromatically can also actually be used for weight control or weight loss. And inhaling essential oils like ginger or spearmint has been shown to help alleviate nausea. All right, so next slide. There are a few ways that we can use oils aromatically. We can smell them directly from the bottle. That's as simple as wafting it under your nose and taking deep, slow breaths. You can add a drop into the palms of your hands and hold that to your nose and take deep breaths. We can use a diffuser to disperse the oil molecules directly into the air. And a really convenient way to use oils on the go is to use an essential oil inhaler. That's basically just a little canister that has a cotton wick inside that you can put your oils directly on. I like to keep these in my purse, so it's just easy to grab when I'm out and about and I feel stressed, or when my kiddos might get car sick. A little safety note here. We never put essential oils directly into our nose. They can be very irritating to the mucous membranes. Also, when we diffuse oils, make sure that you're doing that in a very well ventilated room and using an appropriate amount of oil. Like, don't go crazy and put 100 drops of oil in your diffuser while you're in this tiny room with no ventilation. You'll end up with a headache. So just using common sense. Next slide. Okay, so we can also use essential oils topically. Oils can be applied topically for targeted issues or for emotional support. Again, it's so very important to only use pure and unadulterated essential oils on our bodies. I only recommend doTERRA oils because of their high standards and how much testing they do. This is really important because when we apply them to our body, the molecules in the oils are able to penetrate our skin and can be found in our bloodstream within minutes. All right, so oils can be applied to a targeted area. For example, directly onto your temples for a headache, or directly on your back for sore muscles. We can use oils on the bottoms of our feet. This is a very popular and safe application for young children, which I'll talk about later. The skin on your feet is also less sensitive. Your feet are also full of pressure points. You can reference a foot reflexology chart for specific organs and different parts of your body. And the same thing goes for your ears. There are actually pressure points on your ears that relate to emotions. I've actually seen people use, therapists use essential oils with little pressure point magnets on the ears for people with PTSD. They can be used in massage oils and creams. You can put them in your baths. You can also make essential oil roller bottles for easy and pre-diluted application. Okay, next slide. Okay, so let's talk about dilution. So all doTERRA oils and blends are classified into 3 categories: neat, dilute, or sensitive. So neat means that no dilution is necessary. The oil is safe to apply directly to your skin. Dilute means an oil should always be diluted for everyone. And sensitive means it should be diluted for sensitive groups, like young children, the elderly, people with sensitive skin, pregnant women. And again, always check the label. It will tell you which category the oil is in. And when I say diluted, I don't mean to dilute with water. It's when we use what we call carrier oils, which are base or vegetable oils that can help carry the essential oil onto the skin and minimize skin sensitivity and reactions. Some common carrier oils would be fractionated coconut oil, regular coconut oil, olive, jojoba, almond, avocado, etc. Just something that has lipids, fats in it that the essential oil molecules can bond to. When we dilute essential oils, we're not weakening the oil's properties. We're just simply making it easier to apply and safe for our skin. Okay, so we never apply hot oils neat onto your skin. Hot oils can cause dermal irritation when applied undiluted. These are your oils like your oregano, thyme, cinnamon bark, basil, on guard, they're hot. So always use a carrier oil with these essential oils. If you apply an oil to your skin and you find that you have any burning, itching, or redness, you're just going to apply more carrier oil to that area and it will help relieve that irritation. Do not use water. Water will just spread it. We never put essential oils in our eyes, our nose, or our ears. If you ever do get oils in your eye accidentally, and believe me, it happens even to the most experienced oil user, you're going to want to grab a carrier oil and rub that directly onto your eyelid and then wipe that off with a towel or tissue. Okay, so let's talk, here's a dilution chart. We always want to use higher dilution rates when applying oils on infants, children, and the elderly, and also pregnant women. They are considered in a sensitive group. I do want to mention that we should always use caution when applying oils on infants and toddlers. You should reference a dilution chart to make sure that you're diluting them properly and you're using them safely. Also, do not apply essential oils, especially like eucalyptus or peppermint, directly onto infants or small children's faces. That's considered unsafe. It is safe to use oils on babies and littles. You just have to use the correct dilution rate. And it's pretty safe to apply them to the bottoms of their feet, away from their mouth, nose, and eyes, so they don't experience any irritation in those areas. Again, here's a dilution chart that you can reference. Reach out to any of us if you'd like this sent to you. And I'm also going to be posting it in our private oil group. Okay, so next slide. Let's talk about photosensitization. So it's important to know that some essential oils can cause something called photosensitization, which is basically an increased sensitivity to light. The most common essential oils that are photosensitizers would be your citrus oils, like bergamot, lime, lemon, grapefruit, and your cold pressed orange. It's best to avoid direct light exposure for at least 12 hours after you apply any citrus oils onto your skin to avoid skin irritations. So don't add something like lemon or grapefruit to your face lotion and body and then go out and lay in the sun or go tanning. Again, the labels will let you know. So look on the back, it will let you know if the oil is a photosensitizer or not. Just use caution with citrus oils and being out in the sun. All right, next slide. All right, let's talk about using essential oils internally. So we only recommend using dōTERRA's essential oils, again, because of the rigorous testing and high standards. How do we know which oils can be taken internally? It's pretty simple. If you look at the label on the bottle and there's a supplement fact on it, then it's ingestible. If there is no supplement fact, then it's not recommended to be taken internally. Next slide. Okay, so how can we take oils internally? You can take 1 drop directly under the tongue. This method actually will get the oil directly into the bloodstream quite quickly. You can add a drop of oil to a glass of water. A lot of people will do this with their citrus oils or their MetaPower oil. You only need a drop or 2, nothing crazy. Like don't add like the whole bottle in there. You're not going to want to put any hot oils in your water because they do need dilution so they don't agitate or irritate your gut lining. We can use veggie capsules, put a drop or 2 in a capsule and top it off with a carrier oil to dilute. This is my favorite way of taking oils internally. And if making your own capsules is not your thing, dōTERRA does offer soft gels in many of their proprietary blends. So it makes it super convenient to take your oils internally. You can also use essential oils in your cooking and baking recipes. My favorite is putting a drop of basil or oregano in my spaghetti sauce. Also, my girls and I just made some peppermint brownies using peppermint oil instead of extract the other day. Oh, and if you're trying to cover up the taste in a kale smoothie, try a citrus oil like orange or grapefruit. A drop or two will really make it tolerable. A little safety note here, when you add oils to your water, always be sure to use glass, stainless steel, or a food safe ceramic. Do not use plastic. The oils will break down the plastic and you do not want to consume that. All right, next slide. All right, so some last safety tips. Always keep your essential oils out of the reach of small children and animals. You do not want them to get into them and ingest them or apply them unsafely, get them into their eye or have any skin irritation. And always store your oils with the lids on and directly out of direct sunlight. You want to keep them in amber or colored bottles to help keep them from oxidizing, which makes them less potent and can cause dermal irritation. Next slide. Okay, so now that we've covered how to use oils and some safety tips, let's get to the fun part. So each of us is going to take turns sharing about some of our favorite doTERRA oils and their common uses. So if you see a specific oil or a specific use that you're interested in, make sure to take notes, because we're going to go over how you can use the oils for that specific issue. All right, first up is, I'm going to start off with oregano. So oregano is safe to use aromatically, topically, and internally. This is one that does need to be diluted because it is a hot oil. It has very strong antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and anti-parasitic properties. It's great to use for immune support, and it's a powerful antioxidant. All right, so some top uses. So when you're dealing with any infections, whether bacterial or viral, you can take oregano internally by putting a drop in a capsule with a carrier oil. You can use it when you're dealing with strep or tonsillitis. Use that by adding a drop diluted to some salt water and gargle with that. I'd also apply it topically, diluted over the throat. For staph infections or MRSA, you can apply it diluted directly to the affected area, and also take it in a veggie capsule to help with immune support also. If you're dealing with intestinal worms or parasites, taking that internally in a capsule as well. Also applying it over the abdomen diluted will help. I would recommend taking it with some digestin internally for the parasites. For warts, calluses, canker sores, or skin tags, you can apply it diluted. You can use any carrier oil you want and maybe mix it with some frankincense and apply that directly to that area. For pneumonia or tuberculosis, taking that oil internally in a veggie capsule to support your immune health, and also applying it diluted to the bottoms of your feet and also on your spine. All right, so next we have digestin. All right, let me grab my note. All right, so digestin can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. It's also safe to apply neat. So that means we don't have to dilute it. So this is a proprietary blend of peppermint, coriander, ginger, caraway, cardamom, fennel, and anise. All of these oils are super amazing at supporting the digestive system and bringing it into homeostasis. So no matter what your digestive issue is, it's going to help calm and soothe. doTERRA does offer this blend in an oil, the touch roller. They have soft gels, and they even have chewable tablets. Okay, so some of the top uses, if you're dealing with bloating, gas, heartburn, nausea, or indigestion, putting a drop underneath your tongue, you could do that. You could take it in a veggie capsule or take the soft gel. You can apply it directly over the abdomen. And again, you don't have to dilute that. Just apply it directly over your tummy. If you're dealing with reflux or colic, take a drop in some water or a capsule with some lemon. Heartburn, like applying it directly over your throat diluted or on your chest helps. If you're dealing with morning sickness, you can apply it to your chest, pulse points your abdomen. You could take it in a glass of water. Using it aromatically also is really helpful if you're dealing with the nausea of morning sickness. Also for motion or travel sickness, inhaling it, applying it directly under your nose, putting a drop under your tongue. Again, like I said, I do carry what I call my 6-stick. It's my little aromatherapy inhaler. I keep that in the car. So if my kids get car sick, they can use that aromatically and it does help. You can use it for a dry or sore throat. You can apply it directly on the throat. That helps. You can place a drop under your tongue. And also you can drop it directly into the back of the throat. And yeah, so Alaina, you're next.
You're muted, we can't hear you.
Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Alaina. I'm a born-again Christian and a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm also a single mama to a 3-year-old. Her name is Gracie, and she's the reason I actually began making health changes in our lives, just ditching toxins and asking questions. I first got my box of oils almost 4 years ago, and I'm passionate about teaching and sharing the different ways oils and clean products have changed our lives and continue to support our bodies. And then I'm going to be sharing a few different oils here, some of my favorites. Lavender is the first one. So lavender is actually one that I keep in my bag on the go with me. You can use it aromatically, internally, and topically. This is like a nature's Benadryl, if that's what you want to call it. Literally, I use it for almost everything. It's a sedative, just all things calming, skin support, antibacterial. Some top uses for it. If you have any sleep issues, I like to apply this on the bottom of my feet in a diffuser at the end of the night, or just whenever I'm just trying to relax. This is my go-to. Also for stress, anxiety, or teeth grinding, you can apply over heart, on back of neck, or inhale from cupped hands. So you can actually just do a drop and just inhale it like that. Oh, I love this oil. And then also sunburns, just burns and scars, anything like that, it's great for. You can apply to area of concern to soothe, heal, and reduce scarring, which is always great. And then any allergies or hay fever, you can take in a capsule under tongue with lemon and peppermint, or rub in palms and inhale from cupped hands. And let's see here. And then peppermint, it's another great oil I keep on the go. It's you can use it aromatically, internally, and topically. And it's energizing and cooling, digestive support, memory and focus, respiratory support, and increases oxygen intake by 20%. Some top uses, if you struggle with alertness and energy, you can inhale or apply under nose or back of the neck. Fevers or hot flashes, you can apply back of the neck, the spine, or bottom of your feet for a cooling effect. If you struggle with asthma or sinusitis, I think that's how you say it, apply to chest and back or bottom of the feet. Also, for any burns or sunburn, you can apply neat or dilute to burned skin, which feels really great because I got a sunburn a couple summers ago. So I did lavender and peppermint together, and it healed so much quicker. And I was impressed, honestly. And then also for any memory issues or autism, you can apply back of your neck, your spine, or bottom of your feet. Any cravings, inhale or apply under nose. Take a drop on the tongue before or in between meals to suppress appetite or reduce sugar cravings, which is always great. Also, hot tip, you can add 5 drops to your brownie mix. Yum. And then I'm also going to talk about the lemon oil. You can use this one aromatically, internally, and topically. It's you can call it nature's bleach. It's very cleansing and detoxifying, very uplifting. Some top uses for it would be kidney and gallstones. Apply diluted over area of discomfort. Add a heat pad to intensify action. Ingest a few drops in water or in a capsule to break up stones. Any pH issues or lymphatic cleansing, you can take in a glass of water or apply to ears and ankles to cleanse and balance pH. If you struggle with any edema, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but and any water retention, you can take in a capsule, glass of water, or massage into legs and bottom of the feet. Any heartburn and reflux, take with ginger in a capsule of a glass of water. And any congestion or mucus, you can rub over chest or diffuse. And then just fun tips: add to drinking water, remove stickers, which is one of my favorite. I love to reuse jars, and some of the stickies are just so hard to take off. So I'll literally drop 1-2 drops and just rub it, just comes right off. So snaps rubber bands, hair ties. My 3-year-old hates when I do her hair or take out the little hair ties, the rubbery one. So just drop a drop of lemon on there and it just comes right off. And that's it. Kaila, you're next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kaila Ward. I am a follower of Jesus, a wife, mother of 2, hairstylist, and a stay-at-home mom at the same time, somehow. I love learning ways to naturally keep my family, myself, and others healthier with cleaner options for hair and beauty, remedies for health, and household products without the overwhelm also of making the switch. I recently joined dōTERRA, and I've been extremely pleased with what I've experienced so far in the way of the company, products, and the community. Next. Okay, Deep Blue. This has been such an amazing oil and line for me personally. As a hairstylist, I have a lot of tension in my shoulder. So this has been really, really great. So it's safer and a stronger alternative to BioFreeze. It also brings localized healing versus masking the pain. It improves circulation and reduces inflammation. The Deep Blue stick, along with the Copaíba it has in it, is something that I usually apply before I do somebody's hair on my shoulder, my right shoulder, and after a service, because it's just a terrible pain that I get from 15 plus years of hairstyling. And this has been really, really helpful. The oils that are in it are wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. I was researching a little bit about some of the oils that were in this blend individually, and looking at camphor just specifically was really interesting in how beneficial it is for pain management. So its top uses are muscle, back, joint pain and arthritis, neuropathy and carpal tunnel, fibromyalgia and lupus, whiplash, and muscle tension. And as I've said, with doing hair, the muscle tension is real. This is also a great line to use with headaches. as well. It's something that I grab all the time. I actually suffer from headaches fairly often. Again, with the tension in my shoulder, I think it just runs right to my head. But this is really awesome to use for headaches. It can be used aromatically and topically, and then they do have the deep blue supplement that you can use internally. The one thing that's really awesome about the muscle rub versus even the stick, it's not greasy at all. I don't know if anybody is usually concerned about anything like that, but when I had signed up, Allie had sent a sample of the deep blue packet, and I just opened it and used it because I was afraid it was going to be too greasy, which is why I like the deep blue stick, because you don't have to touch anything. But the deep blue rub is it dissipates immediately. It's really, really awesome. And I also recently have experienced a lot of jaw pain, and I was reading about how it's really good for like TMJ. And so I've been applying that, and that's been really helpful. This also had mentioned that top uses are for arthritis. And I was reading a PubMed study that was done specifically with Deep Blue and Copaiba for arthritic patients. And just the results were really interesting. I would definitely recommend looking into that study. All right, next. Okay, frankincense, such a good oil. You can use this aromatically, internally, and topically. So this supports all major body systems, cellular support, pain, inflammation, circulation, cognitive support, grounding, and skin support, healing, and anti-aging. This is, I would say, I feel like a lot of oils are must-have oils, but frankincense is definitely one of them. Pain, inflammation, and circulation. I actually use this a lot on my children when they're not feeling well, especially if they have fevers. I will run this down their spine, apply this to their chest, and it's also really grounding and supporting. So just a really calming oil. Its top uses are cancer and tumors, seizures, trauma, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and brain injury, and also depression. For the skin support, I wanted to note that there was a woman that I had ran into and met, and she had just turned 70, and I had commented on her skin, and she said all she uses is, I can't remember what type of like a body oil she used, but she uses just frankincense, and she wishes that she used frankincense in her 30s or starting at 30, because she said her skin would have looked even better. Which I don't know how it could have. It was just absolutely amazing. So I'm definitely going to be adding this to my regimen. And also, this is an oil that I think deserves to be researched, especially on PubMed. There's a ton of information and studies about cancer and about depression and grounding, and it's really great. Oral health, concentration, fatigue. There's definitely studies on that. And then just going back to skin a little bit, I was reading that frankincense is believed to be a natural astringent and contains properties that are beneficial for wound healing and tissue remodeling. So again, just with the skin aspect, it's just such a great oil to have on hand, and it's anti-inflammatory too, which a lot of people also use for acne. And yeah, so okay, breathe. Okay, this is a great one. This is a very often used oil in our household. You can use this aromatically and topically. It supports the respiratory system, opens airways, allergy and congestion. Its top uses are for pneumonia and asthma, allergies, cough and congestion, bronchitis and influenza, sinusitis, and nasal polyps. This has been something that we used a lot in our household, even just the past couple months, and we've really enjoyed it. A lot of ways that I used it was even just in a shower when I've had a lot of respiratory issues from being sick, and just with the steam and a drop on my hand, just breathing it in. It's been a really great oil. I've also used it on my children during their sicknesses, just on the bottom of their feet. and on their chest and on their upper back has been really, really helpful. Yeah, that's it.
Tea tree is also known as Melaleuca oil. It's first aid to the skin, disinfectant and cleansing, highly antifungal and immune supporting. Some top uses for this oil is cuts and wounds. You just use that oil to disinfect the cut. Bacteria, viruses, and diarrhea, you would apply directly to your abdomen. Cankers and cold sores, use on site to prevent and treat. For ear infections, you will apply that behind and around your ear. Never put oil directly into your ear. For athletes' foot and candida issues, you will dilute it and apply it on affected area. And sore throats and tonsillitis, you will take it in a capsule, or you can gargle it with warm water. And then you can actually add this to your shampoo for dandruff and scabies and lice as well. The next oil blend is On Guard. This is our protective blend of wild orange peel, clove, cinnamon, leaf, and bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. This is our go-to oil on daily basis, especially right now in the winter. It's great for immune support, respiratory support. It kills bacteria in body and surfaces. It also comes in a capsule form that you can get from dōTERRA. If you don't like making your own capsules like Rachel has, they do have soft gels that you can buy. And top uses for that oil is kills germs and airborne pathogens. It's seasonal immune boost, cold and flu, staph, strep, throat and cough, cold sores, warts, and infected wounds, and oral health. Again, you will take those on capsules. You can apply to the bottom of your feet, up and down your spine, on your chest. If you apply to your feet, put warm socks on so you don't walk that oil off or rub it off. Just let it sit on your feet and keep your feet warm. On Guard also, we have a whole line of these products. We have On Guard drops. They're like replacement for your cold cough drops. We have On Guard concentrate cleaner. You can see on this chart they did an experiment and a study compared to some big brand cleaners like Clorox, Lysol, and you can see the growth of bacteria is way bigger than compared to our On Guard cleaner. It also comes in laundry detergent. One of our favorite products from On Guard line is a whitening toothpaste. It is fluoride free and is the best toothpaste we've ever tried. I've never liked the taste of like cleaner toothpaste until we tried dōTERRA. And when I gave it to my daughter and my husband to try, they literally came up to me and said, my teeth feel clean, which is a good way to describe after you clean your teeth. So if you haven't tried the toothpaste, I highly recommend it, as well as our mouthwash. And we have some sanitizing wipes and roller on the go. It also comes in a form of soft gels, but then beadlets. So it's a smaller, there's a drop or two of oil in a little beadlet, and you can bring it with you in your purse and just pop it as a immunity boost on a go. So now that we have covered a lot of information, we went over an hour here. I hope you've been taking a lot of notes, and now we get to how do we get started with dōTERRA. If you're not yet a member or a customer, you have actually 3 ways to get started. Number 1 is what you see on the screen, is where you just pay the $35 wholesale membership and you get access to 25% off discount price site-wide. So it works just like Costco membership. You pay for Costco membership, you go in and you shop wholesale. The second option you have is to get a bundle kit, which includes that wholesale membership. So you get it automatically discounted if you enroll with one of the bundle kits that you can find on the website. The third option, which is now listed on here, is you can build your own bundle. So you don't have to get a specific one. You can get whatever products you want. And when you reach 150 PV, which PV usually equals an amount of $1. So if you reach 150 PV, you will also get that free wholesale membership. So you will unlock a discount and get that dropped. Here's different ways, different kits you can get started with. The one that we covered tonight is the Healthy Start Bundle, which is what I started when I joined dōTERRA. It includes a little pebble diffuser, and you get I believe 10 oils, and they're all 5mm bottles. This is a very great starter bundle kit. The next one up is Aroma Essentials Enrollment Kits. It has different oils than what we discussed today. So if you're a little more in the, you know your oils, you know how to use them, and you want kind of, you know, try out different blends, that's a great option for you as well. The next one up is a Home Essentials Kits. This one comes with a bigger diffuser, and also all of the bottles but Deep Blue, they come in a 15mm bottle, and obviously the price difference is, you can see it right on the screen. This month we'll also have quite a few promotions and giveaways going. So the first one, if you enroll with a 100 PV order till the end of this month, so we got a few days left until January 31st. If you enroll with a 100 PV and you process your 100 PV order in February, you process your LRP. What LRP stands for is Loyalty Rewards Program. It is your fully customizable subscription box that you actually get percentage back on in the form of dōTERRA dollars to then spend on more products. So this month, dōTERRA is giving a promotion where if you enroll with 100 PV, you process your LRP order next month, then you will get a free 100 PV, which equals to $100 deposited into your dōTERRA account in mid-March. Again, to spend on more oils. This is a great way to get started, you guys. Like this promo doesn't happen very often. The last one we had was, I think, 85 credits. So 100 free credits is huge. Like you can buy a bottle of frankincense with that much money, and it will be free because, you know, that's what you get gifted from dōTERRA. The next giveaway we have going on is on all new orders of 100 PV, you will enter into avocado bubble diffuser giveaway. It's a little motion activated diffuser. It's great for spaces like your closets, your bathrooms, when you can't really plug things in or you don't have space for them. This is a great option. And also our Hope Human Trafficking Awareness Blend. We're kind of running out of time, so I didn't get to cover that one, but proceeds from that oil, 100% of it goes towards our human trafficking awareness program that we have in dōTERRA, which also we just had a class on our healing hands and human trafficking. If you want a link for that, please let us know and we'll share that with you. It's an amazing class taught by Elise, one of our other leaders who is certified in trauma, and she just has all the resources if you want to help in that department and community. Our next giveaway is on all new orders over 200 PV by the end of the month. You will enter into a giveaway of a Pebble diffuser, of our Hope blend, plus our brand new Super Mint blend. It's just a blend of different mints and it smells amazing. That's what I put on every morning before I start my day. Kind of just help me wake up, help my brain go, and help me concentrate. And of course, we cannot forget about our existing members who have been loyally ordering, building their collection, using their order. So for our existing members, I'm going to pick 2 people who process their 100 PV on LRP this month and refund them $50 off back to their Venmo account. So the only requirement you have to be able to qualify to enter into this giveaway, you have to email me to Allie@anointedpath.com. You see it at the bottom of the screen, and let me know, hey, I processed my 100 PV LRP. I want to be entered into a giveaway. And hey, you guys, not everybody follows the rules and directions. So you could be 2 people who email me and they'll be the ones getting that giveaway. So it doesn't just stop there. When you enter our team and our community, you get full-on access to one-on-one support, personal guidance. If you need a call, if you need anything from us, we're here to help you every step of the way. You don't just get your kit and you're on your own and you just, do life aromatherapy journey by yourself. We're here to help you. And that's, again, what you don't see with companies who are not an MLM structure, right? You can buy your oils, whatever you want, even if they're clean oils. You don't get the support, the education, as you do in companies like ours. You'll get access to our private Facebook groups and our daily Instagram chats. You'll get free education. We have pre-recorded classes you'll have access to. We always have giveaways going. We have tips and tricks and just community. We have a lot planned for this year, a lot of fun video classes with kids making things and teaching people. It's going to be a fun year. So you also, like I said, will get access to our pre-recorded masterclasses from the past as well. All right, that was a lot. We went over an hour. So if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes to look through those, and then we'll move on to closing this class and letting you go and enjoy your night. All right, we don't have questions. Oh my gosh, I know it was a long class, but I appreciate your time, you guys. I'm gonna put my camera back on. My computer kicked me out. It wouldn't let me unmute myself. So I was trying to scramble and open a bunch of windows, and my kids came in after church and my dogs are barking. So real life over here. This is what you get. Real life, real moms, community, all the things. Again, this class was recorded. We're going to go ahead and upload it and share it in our groups. If you have questions, reach out. We'll have Instagrams. Again, if you're part of our community, which most people who join these classes are, we have an Instagram daily chat where you can find us, reach out to ask all the questions. Again, doTERRA doesn't just stop on oils. We have so much more, and this is why all of us love this company so much. I think 99% of us left another company, came to doTERRA, and we've just been blown away at the night and day difference. The quality of products, the community, the company, the founders, the website that is working, the speed of the website, like everything, it's run like a well-oiled machine that is run by people who know what they're doing. So again, thanks for your time. Let us know if you have any questions. All righty, guys, have a good night.